I found 10 of the best Minecraft players in the world and put them up in a battle against 1,000 people. Their goal is to protect this crystal, all while 1,000 players try to destroy it at once. They have a week to prepare their defenses and build the ultimate impenetrable fortress to prepare for the massive horde of players. These players are experts at redstone, masterminds at technical design, and absolute beasts at combat who can take down hordes of players alone. Will they be able to successfully create a fortress that can withstand the force of 1,000 players in just 7 days? Sit tight, relax, and enjoy the show. Thanks to Sparktos for sponsoring this video. After me and my team spent weeks scouring the internet, we found who we believed to be some of the best Minecraft players in the world that had the time and dedication for this. I gave them 3 extra days to work together and plan what they will do first. After they acquainted themselves with who has what skills, the group elected 2 players to lead the team. Meet ArchulCM, a professional coach to many pro PvPers and a grinder who dominates SMPs. And meet Canadian, who is one of the best prison designers in Minecraft, utilizing elaborate defense and security measures to keep anything under his watchful eyes safe from any possible intruders. ArchulCM did resource management and coached some of his fellow teammates who are less acquainted with fighting and more with engineering to make sure that they would last against the wave of players coming their way. He made a precise spreadsheet documenting what resources would be needed and gave everyone roles for what they needed to gather or build. Canadian, on the other hand, focused on constructing a blueprint for the actual defense, including devising security measures and creating elaborate defenses, which attempted to balance material cost and durability given the limited time they had. This was a careful balancing act that could determine the outcome of this battle, but with some of the best prison designers in the world on this case, this just might be possible. So all while Archul was in charge of gathering the resources, Canadian was in charge of using those resources to lead the team to victory. And after 3 days of devising their plan, they came up with a list of materials, a rough blueprint, and were ready for the 7-day building period. Okay, everyone huddle around this. Huddle around the crystal. Okay.
Boom.
Can't stop laughing. You guys have 7 days to protect this crystal from 1,000 Minecraft players. Good luck. Now scatter!
Okay.
Scatter, my children!
Okay.
Scatter! This crystal is on an island surrounded by ocean on all sides. When the server opens up to the public, everyone will be rushing here to destroy it. Now, everyone knew exactly what to do because of the planning done beforehand, so with absolutely no time to waste, everyone got to work.
Let's go, dude!
Forward!
Alright.
Even though Canadian wasn't quite done perfecting his design, they already knew exactly what they would need.
We have just 7 days to mine 200,000 blocks of obsidian, fill thousands of buckets with lava, and make enough netherite armor, tools, weapons, gapples, potions, and XP bottles for everyone on our team. However, our team is determined and capable. If anyone were to do it, it would be us, and the hard part would be working together to get it done within just a week.
The team split up in order to work on what needed to be done. Some traveled to form the main bases at villages, others went on to loot an ancient city, some of them went on to already begin flattening the main island for their defense, while a PvPer named 1BMM went on his own way to travel to the end. Here, he got the team a metric crap ton of elytras, and then proceeded to flood the entire end island. Now, why would he do all of that? In order to commit mass genocide more easily, let me explain. So, they wanted to make an Enderman farm, but it just ended up being too slow. That's because the Enderman kept spawning on the much larger end island. So if he flooded the whole island, the Enderman won't be able to spawn there and would instead spawn in the farm, making it way faster. It would be their primary source of not just ender pearls, but experience, so making it as fast as possible was crucial to gather important resources. Now, as they were establishing themselves, they formed 2 separate villages, which they dubbed Village A and Village B. Oh, how creative. Now, Village A focused on making a villager farm, which was primarily made by ArchulCM. Here, he exploited Stockholm Syndrome and cured villagers he previously zombified to get much cheaper trades, as they would need a lot of books. They also made many crop farms such as a pumpkin, sugarcane, and carrot farm. Meanwhile, Village B focused on making a mob and sheep farm to provide XP and wool. Now, I could hardly tolerate this level of teamwork, so I had to figure out some ways to distract them. You know, it seems like a great time to give you some dream luck.
She's dropping them in the lava. Like I said, Dep 1 to any Minecraft YouTuber event. Make the experience of the participants as miserable as possible.
You know, there's some pearls on the edge right now.
No, for real? Okay, I have a plan.
You're gonna like bow clutch? Oh! wait, yo!
What did you just do? Did you just drop crystals? Damn it.
That was so close.
I'm lagging. Why is there so many
I
bats?
can AFK overnight.
Why is there so many bats? There's
No, the problem
500
is-
bats.
Horizon summoned them.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Compax, do you want a surprise?
Yeah.
Oh, here you go.
Bruh, you really gave me blindness. Can you remove my blindness now? I literally can't play the
No,
game.
because I'm like the
And
admin.
you made it-
I can control you, and that's really fun for me.
You made it infinite. I can't even wait it out. It's infinite.
Have you thought about finding like a cow or something?
I'm trying to. I'm blind. I can't find a cow.
Yeah, but like, have you tried finding a cow though? Best Minecraft player can't even find a cow.
Oh, Minecraft's best friend. I'm blind. I can't see. Oh, I hear him. I hear him. I hear him. I hear him.
Oh my god.
Yes. Thank you.
Bro has like a hack client, instant ban.
You know, who cares? Who cares? We balling right now.
Now, unfortunately, they didn't like my tactics, so to retaliate at 3 AM when I was fast asleep, they all decided to completely destroy the crystal. That's right, the crystal that they were meant to defend.
Horizon keeps trolling us with all of his dumb little games,
Why did you
20,000
love
blocks.
me?
so we're gonna troll him by hiding the crystal in the end.
I lit the crystal on fire, but it's not dying. Oh.
See, this crystal works by putting retextured sticks on the heads of armor stands. Because the crystal visually was just armor stands with fancy clothing, you would technically be able to move the crystal just as you'd move an armor stand. I'm getting war flashbacks from this.
Alright, let's get it out of here. We're gonna go put it in like the nether or something. In the overworld, we could use water, but when we got to the nether, we used lava. But like, that was extremely slow, so we decided to get a piston and a slime block and like push it across the nether roof. And we also got ice so it could like slide as well. Oh, it's there, it's there, it's there.
Let's go, guys. Let's go.
And it's in.
Yo, let's go. Stag.
Uh,
I'm currently turning on shaders with the background I have.
Alright,
Alright, send
I
it
took
one
a screenshot.
Could all the hours spent moving this crystal into the end have been a cry for help to possibly escape this never-ending time sink of an event? How could I ever make an event without a crystal? I just spawned in another one and told my dev to fix this bug. Now, with that internal rebellion snuffed out, the players had to move on. Some of them went to the nether for wither skulls and netherite. Now, the use for netherite is pretty obvious, but you might be wondering what they need the withers for. After all, they're trying to protect a crystal, not destroy it. The withers would really just get in the way of that. It was not to be used as a weapon, but rather was used to build it. Not like that. The point is, for a more realistic fortress, they needed a lot of obsidian. After all, their big strength would be the relatively weak gear the 1,000 players had. Most of them would barely even have diamonds by the time the raid began, so obsidian was essential as fortification. Obviously, it's not possible to mine it all, as even with efficiency 5 netherite pickaxes, it would take way too long. But there's a better way. See, if you throw an item into an end portal, it regenerates the obsidian end platform. By placing a wither over said platform to repeatedly destroy it, and a snow golem on the other side throwing snowballs in the portal, you basically have a perpetual motion machine, forever generating a copious amount of obsidian as long as you're AFK there. Now, once they collected all the wither skulls, they prepared to spawn the wither into their setup. But things went sour as the wither broke free. Luckily, they were able to capture the nether star to create a beacon for later, a positive side effect. Although now they had to go back to the nether to get another 3 wither skulls. How fun. Eventually, they tried again and succeeded. Now, they finally had their obsidian machine running with an account AFKing it 24/7. They still had a lot more resources to grind up though, and so they created farms to get those. They mined magma to create a gold farm to get gapples. Additionally, they needed a metric crap ton of wood for their defense matrix, which involves a grid of waterlogged wooden slabs. CCAT got right to work making a wood farm, and spent a big chunk of his 112 hours on the server AFKing it. This machine pumped oak logs day and night, with CCAT using a TNT duper to blow off the logs, and bone meal from a moss farm to keep it ticking. For the last few primary resources, they constructed an iron farm solely to make buckets to hold all the lava for their defense, and also chose to uproot an entire desert for their supply of sand. With a few more farms like a raid farm for totems all set up, it was finally time to secure an Elder Guardian. See, Elder Guardians give everyone in range of them mining fatigue 3 every minute, which basically makes breaking blocks take exponentially longer. For example, it took 2 minutes to mine this one cobblestone block with a diamond pickaxe. The only way to counter this is to bring milk, but since the effect refreshes every minute, you will need a lot of milk to keep that effect away. And if they could add more Elder Guardians, it means it would refresh even faster, with 2 Elder Guardians refreshing every 30 seconds, 3 refreshing every 20, etc. That will only make milk more and more impractical. And so to take advantage of these benefits, they raided ocean monuments and began the process of moving the Elder Guardians into the Nether, where they would place it into the fortress when it was time for the event to start, just so it won't bother the 10 pros who would be trying to build the fortress. And speaking of the fortress, it was finally time for the 10 to start building. And it was good timing, as Canadian had finally finished his plan. But there was one big thing threatening their supremacy. In order to get so many players, I've had to announce this event in previous videos before the 10 players began their week-long grind, and made a Discord server to gather all these players. But during this time, some players began to talk to each other and form little groups focused on working together to grind resources. All these little groups, like the Cult of the Bucket and Dawn's Warriors, were united by one player known as Lord Stake under a joint republic called the Horizon Event Coalition. This unexpected turn of events absolutely frightened the 10 players because they all knew deep down in their hearts that the end of them would be teamwork. Their big advantage, the only chance they have to win this seemingly impossible event, would be to take advantage of the chaos and lack of organization expected to be seen within the 1000. But the Horizon Event Coalition threatened that security. In this Discord, players began developing elaborate strategies that would delegate tasks to different groups and create an organized plan of attack. While these plans were honestly quite ambitious and impractical at best, they had plenty of time to refine their ideas, and the 10 knew they had to do something to stop this. But what could you possibly do to take away the free will of humans? With the $500 prize I put on this event, these groups were desperate. When Canadian eventually revealed a video of his private detailed plans to the 10, suddenly, a stroke of genius hit them. What if they fabricated a fake leak of the plans and revealed obvious fake weaknesses in them that would misdirect the players to use a strategy that would give the 10 an advantage? Canadian got right to work as he recorded and edited a fake version of the plans, and by scheming with one of my event moderators, they forged a fake Discord message and distributed it into the main Coalition Discord server, using my moderator's name for ethos. Players fully believed that it was legit because it was recorded and voiced by Canadian himself, who was a YouTuber. The pros faked a panic and the video spread like wildfire. It was spammed en masse by the 1000 players and was re-uploaded to YouTube, which they literally titled Canadian L Live. Oh, the sweet irony. Unbeknownst to them, though, they were just played like a fiddle. Soon enough, the 1000 players began to make plans that relied on the false information given, which really benefited the 10. So now, with their biggest concern in disarray, they can now work on their fortress in peace. But now, before we move on to the construction phase, you should see the real, full plan that Canadian initially presented to the 10 players. But I'll let the best prison designer in the world do that. Take it away, Canadian.
Welcome to Duplicity. The defense will begin with the cheapest layer that we can make, a 12-block thick wall of lava, ideally placed with the help of scaffolding. This should act as a filter that only the remotely competent players can get through. As for those competent players, their best advantage is that they can adapt to whatever defense we make and then share and compare strategies with each other, making the rest of our defenses mostly obsolete. Which is why the next 6 layers of our defense are all different, making it impractical to rely on patterns. The gradual incline optimizes the cost of each defense, since the innermost layers don't need to be as tall as the outermost layers, starting off with what we have tested to be the most effective design for its cost. The enemy's leaked plans suggest that they think they'll be able to get multiple withers, which is why we're starting off with a design inspired by actual wither defenses. The next layer isn't set in stone and mainly depends on what spare resources we end up with. Right now it's the sideways version of the previous sand defense, but could be replaced with bubble elevators or even just solid obsidian. Defense 4 is an alternating pattern of obsidian and waterlogged slab. The slabs are especially annoying since they generate water sources that you basically can't get rid of, and you have to to constantly switch between tools. Again, even if you find a reliable strategy, you're only 8 blocks deep before you're faced with a new defense, alternating cobweb and obsidian, where the 2 block gaps here will frequently force you to stand up if you're not paying attention. Even if you mine through all of these defenses, you still have to get through the boss fight room, which we'll get to later. Suppose you conclude that mining through 5 layers of pain isn't worth it, and you think you may be able to circumvent it. Your first and clearly dumbest idea would be to mine over and around the defense, but that would require first nerd pulling all the way up the height limit and then digging down 250 blocks of obsidian. Because every player is given the coordinates of the crystal, you'll know exactly where to align yourself, but even then, the event will simply not last long enough for someone to mine that many blocks. Admittedly, such a tall tower would certainly cost more than 2 million blocks of obsidian, which we don't have time to farm or to place, and that's why we won't, because the true defense is only 130 blocks tall and everything else is completely empty, save for one 5x5 tower of obsidian centered at the coordinates of the end crystal to deceive anyone digging straight down, all the way until the very bottom where it stops to let whoever mined through it look up and see all the time they wasted, inevitably forcing them to rage quit. The tower is mostly security theater, although if you do try digging down anywhere else, your odds of clutching are not the greatest. If you do get down the safe way though, you still have to face 10 layers of bubble elevators, the weakness of which is known by few, but you'd have to act quickly because you can now be seen by us, the guards, using F3+A to X-ray from the boss room. While you're fumbling through your inventory trying to improvise, a guard will actively be pinpointing your exact XZ coordinates, which will immediately be sent to a man in the sky requesting an aerial strike. Within a minute, the guard can fly to the given coordinates and effortlessly eliminate anyone mining down, since even if they make progress, we can always mine faster, and they have a couple dozen layers of obsidian to get through, ending with lava to damage you just a bit before you finally fall into the boss room. Well, perhaps you want to mine under the defense instead. This plan is possibly even worse. Our Elder Guardians are positioned low enough to affect the entire lower half of the base, as well as the crystal room. Unless you're carrying a lot of explosives and have an inventory half full of milk, mining below the base will not be viable. But suppose you do get to the bottom, what now? You'll run out of milk too quickly if you try just mining up, and you'd need 2 stacks of ender pearls and golden apples to survive pearl glitching 30 blocks. And now you're vulnerable to aerial strikes underground, or I guess underground strikes. No, the best way these players have to shortcut straight to our boss room is undeniably using the squilly glitch. For this and many other reasons, we know they'll be looking for the end portal. So, with that information in mind, okay, we don't necessarily need 3 withers and the Elder Guardian is optional, but you get the idea. Anyway, assuming a miracle, you get to the surface, but you can't one-cycle the dragon, not only because it's a super laggy server, but because of Multipaper, which is gonna be infinitely glitchier. Of course, you could always try killing it the old-fashioned way by destroying every end crystal, but if you do that, just make sure not to forget the many more end crystals we've embedded in the obsidian towers. So, while the end certainly isn't great for them, what about the nether? Also trapped. The nether roof will be laced with several tactically spaced portals surrounded by lava. They're not inescapable, but they will compromise the majority of victims. Additionally, those wither farms they wanted to make so badly will be made one step harder, as all nearby fortresses will be conveniently covered in lava. Admittedly, they do have plans to go straight to the crystal through the nether, but because we've portal-proofed the crystal itself and built multiple decoy trap portals into the bottom of the base that relight when destroyed, portaling in won't make you any progress, since you'll be about as low down as someone who just started mining in. And even if you destroyed all our trap portals, your new portal would either generate on the roof or inside the boss room. The penultimate defense is based on Team B's battle room from Horizon's last event, but this time with more intimidating lights. Up to 7 guards with top PvP gear and elytras will be monitoring all 8 sides of the octahedron in the center, containing the Core's Fruit Proof Crystal. The outer room is completely laced with glass, so the guards can see every break-in point and not only annihilate anyone who enters, but also fill the hole back in so players can't rely on the same tunnel more than once. But if you do safely get into the room, the only way you can get to the obsidian crystal is by mining faster than the guards. And who do you think has more milk and a better pickaxe? Crucially, I must say that if too many people enter the room at once, your top priority is to reset their mining by any means possible, if simply fighting them off isn't. This is basically the only scenario where they can possibly come out on top, so anticipate it and prepare for it. Of course, while suffering the bloodbath that is the boss room, they have a slim chance of noticing where newly respawned guards start entering from. A keen eye will realize that all guards start entering the room from the platform here. If they happen to follow the hole made by that class, they will find nothing. There's an enchanting table disguised within the ceiling that we can quickly break and replace to get from the guard room to the boss fight room unnoticed. Even if a player does get in here, they'll find that all the chests are empty. But of course, they'll notice this painting, and behind the painting, you can just barely see the guard's bed. Except it's not actually the guard's bed because the entire guard room is fake. This boat is just here to misdirect anyone using F3+A. In fact, there's another fake guard bed at the bottom of the base that I didn't even mention. The real guard room is over here, and we get to the fake guard room by pearl glitching up this ladder. And even if a player gets this far and sees where the guards are coming from, breaking any of this obsidian will activate an observer, triggering the stasis chambers of all of our outer scouting guards to come to this room to defend the guard storage. Except all of these chests are also empty because our real storage is inside shulker boxes in our ender chests. And what they're really defending is the true guard bed, which is also hidden behind the wall. Now, despite the hell that it takes to break in here, getting around from the guard's perspective is very easy. From respawn, it takes under 20 seconds to take pearls and picks out of your ender chest, pearl glitch into the fake room, drop down the enchanting table chute, and get all the gear you need from the ender chest there. Taking the fact that other players will use F3+A into account, you should only take time to re-gear in the guard room if the main room isn't safe for whatever reason. Otherwise, get out of the guard room quickly and re-gear at this ender chest, which, by the way, you can come to at any time to refill. Our scouting guards can actually get out of the entire base pretty quickly too. You'll start by resetting your stasis chamber, then pearl glitch up to this gear chest here, pearl glitch through the roof with minimal damage, and fly out to the top of the base in under a minute. So we got wither defenses on all sides, aerial strikes from above, mining fatigue below, withers in the end, and super efficient guards. This truly is the perfect Minecraft prison. Or I mean, a prison for a crystal, yeah.
Now then, let's get to building. Versus Dan entirely worked on carving out the perimeter of the island and flattening it out with nothing more than simple tools. This was quite miserable but essential work, because not only did it give them the space needed to run the TNT dupers and line the walls with obsidian, but it killed 2 birds with 1 stone, as this allowed them to get all the ores and some of the dripstone they needed. He also built a large water barricade around the island, which, while it was quite shoddily built, it was still very effective at sinking boats from players. Sure, it's easy to escape, but if it buys just a few more seconds of time, it is worth it. Once the area was outlined, they used sponges to clear out water caverns, and used sand to get rid of lava. They then prepare the TNT dupers. Using a Minecraft glitch to light the TNT block while not actually using it, they could effectively produce infinite TNT. This was used to eliminate a majority of the stone blocks. Then, the last blocks the TNT dupers couldn't get were manually removed by players with elytras. Once the area was completely clear, it was now time for them to place their heaps of obsidian. A massive storage area was constructed to move the obsidian from the wither farm to the overworld. With a few more resources gathered such as cobwebs, it was now time for the grueling and painful work of constructing this defense in survival mode. They started off by using the obsidian to create the various shells of the defense, which separated the different defense matrices. Then the most miserable part came in, filling them up with layers of defenses. All hands on deck would be needed to finish in time, so a task list was created for players to claim whichever task they wanted to do if they were free. This way, everyone would be kept busy. While the 10 pros toil away at building this fortress, I want to thank Sparktoast for sponsoring this video. Sparktoast is a server hosting provider that offers hosting services for not just Minecraft, but many other games at an unbeatable price with fantastic service.
Every time I close my eyes, I see wooden slabs, water, and obsidian.
Now for me, advertising a server host is kinda hard because they all basically do the same thing, but Sparktoast is able to do the things a server host is meant to do and so much more, better than any of their competitors. Let's talk service. They offer high quality 24/7 support where they are just so efficient at being able to fix problems. I've used them personally for the past 4 years, so I can attest.
I haven't ever told anyone this, but half the reason I made the fake base plans was to give me an excuse to not help build. I worked on that base for like an hour and then immediately looked for any excuse to log off.
What about price? It's by far the cheapest I've ever seen. Their budget offerings are just $1 a month for 2 gigs of RAM, which is practically unheard of in the server hosting world. How about in terms of quality? Their servers average 99.95% uptime, offer a 2-day refund guarantee, provides unlimited player slots, and some of the best hardware on the market.
While it was cumbersome, tedious, and boring, and the phantoms were a pain to deal with, ultimately it was just that. Annoying, tedious, and boring.
I've used Sparktoast for my own Anarchy server, countless events including this one, and even my own personal world with friends. Not because they pay me, but because I'm personally convinced that they offer the best server hosting service anywhere for what you pay. If you're interested, check it out at the link in the description, and if you want 30% off on top of their already great deals, make sure to use my discount code Horizon at checkout. Now then, back to the montage.
Building slabs wasn't mindless enough for me to watch a show on my second monitor. I actually had to pay attention the entire time. And building obsidian was mindless, but placing down tens of thousands of the darkest block in Minecraft really did a toll on my sanity.
In preparation for the event's start, they moved all their storage up to sky limit, seemingly in plain sight. However, it would be out of the entity render distance of nearly all players, so they basically hid all their valuables where it would be least expected, right above their heads. But after 7 grueling days of work, the defense for the fortress was now complete. But honestly, I would rather not be commentating on a big orange tube with the moving lava texture killing the video's bitrate, so I allowed the group to design an exterior for their base without needing to grind the materials, just as long as it didn't provide any defensive value, so no obsidian could be used. The group's builder, a dancing lamp, worked on an exterior design for this fortress, and he cooked. He cooked really well, because this base looks absolutely insane. Once I placed the exterior on, they worked on their final touches, including cleaning up the base and constructing a moat around it too. Versus Dan built an entire statue of himself, for some reason.
It's called tactical defense.
But now, it was finally time to get the 1,000 players on the server and see if the 10 pros can hold them off. I pinged our Discord server of 10,000 players eagerly waiting to join our event, and with over 2,000 of them who planned to attend, there would be no shortage of chaos. Soon enough, players began joining the server's queue en masse awaiting its opening. As the server began filling up with players who would be kept frozen until the event started, the 10 pros finished up their organization and took in the atmosphere of the calm before the storm. Once all players were unfrozen, they would be given 90 minutes of time to grind up gear until everyone is teleported in a radius around the main island, when they will all simultaneously rush the fortress and attempt to overwhelm the defenses of the 10 pros. With a combined force of literally a small town's worth of human beings sitting at their computers all over the world be able to overwhelm the years of cultivated talent from the 10 pros? Would all the preparation and hard work be worth it? It's time to find out. Here we go. After around 5 minutes, the server was already filled up to the brim with 1,000 eager players, all frozen until we began. And so, the command was ran, and they would all be let free.
We can move, we can move, we can move.
Oh, we're free, we're free.
Oh, we can go.
This started the 90-minute timer. All 1,000 players would be given the freedom to do anything to grind the materials they felt they needed to raid the fortress with. This map is at 20,000 by 20,000 blocks, so there should be plenty of space for everyone. As players scattered and began gathering rudimentary materials, bro, oh my god, look at how many people are getting Stone Age! There's so many people! The pros back at the fortress really didn't have much to do while waiting for the 90-minute timer to end. Technically, the fortress was free reign for all players to travel to during this time, and even try breaking into, although honestly that's a terrible idea, given that you're essentially a cockroach in the eyes of born netherite-clad PvPers. Many of the pros scattered outside of the fortress to actually fly out with the Elytras to find and kill as many players as they could. The 1,000 could respawn, but they will lose precious minutes of gathering time in the process, so it would be a crucial strategy to gain any leverage they could possibly obtain. Remember, the pros can always move faster, swim faster, and kill faster. But the 1,000 were so plentiful in number, players quickly got stacked during the time they had. I went around and tried to teleport to as many players as I could. Oh my gosh, wait, who left this sign? Skilled player surrender now, you might be spared. Skilled player surrender now, you might be spared. Oh god, he has no armor. No, don't even kill him, just let him spread his propaganda.
He gave me a flower.
And he ran away. He just surrendered! He's literally committing seppuku, what the heck?
He's in the base right now.
It's been less than 30 seconds and you guys already have him locked in. Oh shoot, there he is. Nice. You've already locked into your next target. You guys are scary efficient. Okay, well, goodbye. He will die soon. I don't think he's a concern anyways. Whoa, my god, there's a whole train. There's so many players. What? And they're all naked. There's so many dogs. Someone built a platform for their dog.
I fed the dog just now. Don't kill the dog.
Oh, wait, this guy's armor. Oh, wow. What a waste. Cover me with diamonds. Hold on, let's take a look at this guy. Okay, he looks like he has some diamond armor. I also tried to give some of the ones I visited a little gift. That is the gift of le fiche au chocolat. No, come back. Take my gift. No. Wait, this guy, wait, dude, this guy built a house? What? It's kind of a messy house, but yeah. Oh, shoot, this guy has a diamond chestplate and diamond pants. He is stacked.
There's now a guy in the West Quadrant Underground. There's a guy in the West Quadrant Underground.
There are so many nods underground. What?
Watch this, watch this, watch this. Push him. Yeah. Wait.
No! No! You are a terrorist. Oh my god. Oh my god, you are so evil. Dude, the skilled players are just out here committing war crimes. Like, dude, you didn't have to blow that guy up. You could have just, like, used your sword. But no, you used TNT on purpose. Oh my gosh. Yo, people are getting stacked. This guy is full diamond. Wow, they're working together to actually get better gear. This is insane. And this wasn't the only example of teamwork. While the Horizon Event Coalition's plans fell apart when their leader, Lord Stake, couldn't join before the server filled up, he still had confidence in the players.
I did the math. The pros can do a maximum of 23 damage per hit with all of their buffs. But if we could do 12 damage each just with stone axes, if we work together, we would certainly win over these 10 players.
And that optimism made sense. Some of them had ingenuity.
Alright, I'm gonna make a TNT depot to break through this wall.
Although, this guy's plans were short-lived.
Wait, no!
But certainly interesting. But players still managed to group up and get stacked together.
To like
Holy
hit
crap,
the end,
those
get a
people
wide
look
throw.
insane. These people are just fishing with iron, oh my god.
If the 1000 could maintain this level of teamwork, they could very well make it through this event together. But there were hermits for sure. Oh my, wait, this guy's this guy's fully enchanted diamond armor. What? How? Let's see if I can see what he is wearing. Okay, so he has some enchanted gear. Yeah, it looks like these players are getting pretty stacked. About 15 minutes left. So 75 minutes have passed, and it looks like the 1000...
There's no one even close.
Yeah, the 1000 attempts have been not very fruitful so far. But a lot of the players that are actually stacked have been working on grinding till the last minute, which is the strat, it seems like. Okay, this person has... Are they just AFK? This is gonna be funny when they come back.
No, they're back.
Oh
I got
god.
92 kills, by the way.
What do I do to them?
Where are they?
Oh shoot, this is... Okay. Someone's hidden. Oh, this person is like high into the sky. What is this? Love me. There's like a little sky fortress up here.
4 minutes left, okay.
There was no block.
3 minutes, guys, 3 minutes.
Is there
Okay, 1 minute left.
Alright, he's about to run it.
Okay, I'm gonna join the main stage.
Ready?
Yeah. Are you all ready? Are you all ready to get teleported to the 1000 players base? Or not in it, but around it. Everyone say yes in the chat for the video.
Oh my god,
say yes.
this chat is going crazy.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna teleport everyone in 5 seconds. Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, teleporting now. Now. Okay, guys, we're going. Oh my gosh.
Where are we dropping, boys?
Alright, let's roll.
Oh.
If you peasants need some free iron, Word knows you couldn't pay for it.
Oh my god, everyone's taking this one passage. This guy's bringing his horse. They're all going in like a neat and orderly line. This is hilarious. Oh, they're like everywhere. They're like ants. I'm looking at my tracers. My tracers are like spider webs. Oh my gosh, they're all putting water.
They're struggling with the lava. That was the plan with the lava. It would stop all the normies and basically act as a filter so only the people with fire res could get through. And I don't think anyone has fire res.
I'm looking around. No one is in the lava defense. This is working. There's so many phantoms. There's like hundreds of phantoms. What?
The problem is that if one player carves a full route all the way through the defense, that's a pass for dozens of other people to breach the inner layers.
To slow down their push, it was the job of the outer scouting guards to find and kill as many players as humanly possible.
I'm killing so many! Blood!
I'm dropping TNT. I'm dropping TNT on them.
Just the 5 of them proceeded to kill insane numbers of players, heavily weakening the push of the 1000. See, unless they hit a bed right after the teleport, they would respawn in an area far away from the main fortress. To walk back would take way too long since they were still on a timer, so death essentially eliminates them from the event, and so the carnage ensued. Despite the great efforts of the outer scouting guards, the main strength of the 1000 after all came in the way of sheer numbers, and so many players snuck into the defense and began making significant progress through it. Unfortunately though, many of them struggled to enter, whether it was due to a lack of proper gear or expertise. Because of this, many players chose to attack from above, mostly by climbing up water trails left behind by other players. This led to the formation of a mosh pit at the roof of the base, giving countless free kills for the hungry outer scouting guards, like 19th century frontiersmen killing huge flocks of passenger pigeons.
I didn't think I
died!
got anything.
No!
What?
Wait, it's a skilled player! It's a skilled player!
Take him out, take him out!
He's coming after me! Why is he coming after me, bro?
Oh no! Oh no! No! No!
Now despite the carnage, some of the players bored a hole into the roof before the guards realized anyone was up there yet. Of course the height took some of them by surprise, but through the survival of the fittest, some of them were able to land safely on the roof and attack the base from above, possibly at its weakest point. Of course the pros followed them there.
There's like a hole. Yeah, there's people in there. I'm jumping down.
Like right on the should have jumped off. Prosper, is that like...
It's Puss in Boots, no way.
Bro, what?
Terrible.
However, one of the guards, Compax, who was still killing people on the roof, noticed something odd.
Wait, there's a guy with an elytra, what? Holy shit.
It turns out that Canadian lagged out, was killed, and had all of their gear scavenged by members of the 1000.
It's a drown. You have a drowned on top of you.
Okay, the drown is not moving on my screen.
You're dead. There's 3 people on you.
I'm dead?
Despite Compact's efforts to chase him down, he managed to escape. This was a bad sign for the guards, because now the players got their hands on his netherite gear and totems too, items that could easily turn the tide of the battle. Furthermore, progress by the 1000 was increasing. With 30 minutes left, the guards had their first guest.
Oh, wait! Oh shoot, they're really close. The first one in.
Oh my god, they are right here. Oh no, he's hitting me. Okay, I'm out of here.
While the 10 managed to scare him off, they knew he certainly wouldn't be the last one to show up. More and more players bored into the walls of the base in every direction possible.
Prepare! Everyone prepare, there's multiple guys lining down.
They then finally began to drop in.
Alright, it's now or never. Go!
He's here. The one is going
I'm hunting him.
Just...
Okay, go back up, go back up.
Damn it.
Using him as a distraction, more players poured in.
There's a lot of people there. Lots of people jump down.
A lot of people. Alright, everyone's a kill on sight. This guy, no, there's still a guy. Mind the pumpkins, he's right there. Right there. Go on.
More people on the side,
There's more people on the side. Okay.
Furthermore, the guard room was discovered. Luckily, the guards didn't keep many important things out other than 2 shulker boxes with ender pearls and XP bottles to respawn quicker. Using the enchanting table roof that was meant to be a secret entrance, they were then able to enchant their gear. Luckily, Watto, one of the pros, made quick work of them. Lucky for them, the guard bed wasn't broken. For a minute, the pros could finally take a quick breather. They all knew that this would only be the first of them though, because more players were already on their way, and the waves would only get bigger. In an effort to nullify this, the inner guards instructed Archul and 1BMM, who were killing players outside the base, to burrow in and try to attack the players from behind. With 15 minutes left, the peace would be short-lived.
Oh, some guy. There's a guy.
Yeah, I see.
Roll over. They're mining in. You gotta get it. Kill him. See where I am? There's pearls.
Ow, that went great.
I just wanted to be
One
here.
effect.
Get him.
Oh,
someone in.
Yeah.
Alright.
They're dead.
Okay.
How many people have died to full damage?
While the 1,000 were dropping like flies, Archer and 1 BMM slipped into the trails left behind by the Horde. This would become a catastrophic mistake for these eager players.
Oh, get him.
Here, okay, I'm going down this left hole, you go down the right one.
I'm just gonna shoot down it. Wait, hold on. I'll jump down, I got this.
Where are they? Oh my god! Let's get them!
Bro, stop hitting me. Bro!
There's more down here.
Dig straight down. There's a guy down there. Wait, there's a bed here. I got him.
Some of the 1,000 were quite slick though.
Wait, oh, that's Canadian, I think. No, that's not Canadian. He just has a Canadian skin.
Something to note is that the slimiest ones were usually the ones with the strongest armor, managing to escape confrontation more easily.
Duh, Horizon. Better gear makes you take less damage.
Well, obviously we all know that, but unlike in a linear pattern like you might expect, where better gear gives you a correspondingly increasing chance of survival, the pattern seems to be more exponential, where having just marginally better gear than your peers makes you far more likely to outlast them, proving that careful planning and preparation was a far more powerful strategy than trying to attack early. And so, the pros kept going rampant, killing everyone they could catch. But players still managed to edge their way into the main room. It appears the pros were finally going to have some fun, because 2 fully diamond-clad players were about to enter the boss room. And one of the guys had finesse like I've never seen before. And it made sense. We didn't know it at the time, but this man was in fact officially ranked as the 7th best PvPer in the world, who just happened to stumble his way into this event. This guy who masqueraded as a regular player was better than my own pros. If anyone had a shot to survive, it would be him. His buddy now had the perfect opportunity, because now that the guards were distracted, he could sneak his way into the crystal room, and... What are you doing? All 6 of them are on this one guy! This is your golden opportunity! No! 90 seconds. He evaded 6 netherite-clad nerds for 90 seconds, before giving up and enveloping himself in the cocoon of spiderwebs to avoid getting hit, Warhammer Titan style. It might have actually worked if he wasn't outnumbered, but he eventually met his fate. Unfortunately, his buddy was a bit too late with his entrance. Time was now running out though. There was just about 5 minutes left, and the largest wave of oncoming players had nowhere to go but forward. I'm just gonna let those guys up top mine.
They're on the platform for the guards. They're on the platform. Alright, now they're down below. They're down below.
The 10's luck was finally starting to run out.
Someone's right here?
Oh wait, I actually might be the one dying. Hold on. Oh my god, 1 heart. Okay.
And Compact's got an even bigger scare. I love
this game.
I love
this game, actually.
And as the urgency grew, players jumped to the crystal.
Okay. Deep breath. No, no, no.
While most were trying to attack from above, these two were trying to attack from below using the squilly bed teleport glitch that Canadian was talking about earlier. The first guy done goofed up, but the second guy actually managed to make it in.
Oh, someone has a squilly in. What?
If you can find the squilly spot, place lava over it. Where is the squilly spot? Oh yeah, let's go! Squilly trap! We got a prisoner!
2 minutes are now left.
There we go.
Yeah, there, I
Alright.
see people. There's a large group of people coming in.
Wall, east wall, yep.
East wall, east wall!
Guys, there's so many people coming in.
Alright,
Holy shit.
"30 seconds are now remaining."
Yo, F3A, someone's running down.
They have no time. There's like 30 seconds left.
They put it down with pickaxe. You sure?
It's too late. Just defend the crystal.
The 10 pros have officially won against 1,000 players. Wow. Thank you all so much for joining us. Oh my god, that was so crazy. Bit of a tangent, but are you guys ready for the Horizon face reveal?
Hey guys, it's me, Horizon. I bet you're surprised to see how beautiful and sexy I am. So you might be wondering where I've been for the past 2.5 years, and I'll get to that in a second. But first, if you want to participate in events like this, you can. Just join my Discord server down below, and I'll ping it every time I need people like you for my videos, where I tweak the parameters a little bit and see if that can push the 1,000 to victory. But if you think you have what it takes to be one of the pros in my future videos, then you're also in luck, because I am looking for the best of the best players to participate in future videos. You'll need to apply at apply.antipaytowin.net, or just click the link in the description. I am looking for the best Minecraft players on the planet. Okay, but now onto the elephant in the room. Horizon, where have all the uploads been? Mostly just locked into school. Check out this sweet diploma. I better not forget to blur out the name. Another reason is that this video was just so ungodly ambitious. I had to render like 700 individual cinematics for this, and spent hundreds of hours just going through the POVs of 10 different people. And it was just really unorganized and progress was unbearably slow. Horizon, that's cool and all, but did you really have to take 2 years? No, I didn't, but remember, school.
Oh, hey guys, it's me. I'm back in Minecraft. That was so painful. Don't forget to check out Sparked Host if you want some quality server hosting for a great price. Also, I want to thank the 6B6T devs for helping me develop this event. They run 6B6T, an Anarchy server like 2B2T with 1,000 slots, Java and Bedrock support, and fast travel commands like /TPA and /home. Go check them out. Let us now proceed. Woo!
I feel kind of bad for taking so long though. Meet Hamburger Yum Yum, one of the countless people I've had spamming me for an upload. When I read this comment, I was studying for a chemistry exam, so I said I was busy figuring out acid-base titrations. It's a chemistry term, and it was just as kind of like a half-assed humorous response. He then wrote me a master's thesis level explanation on how acid-base titration works, in an effort to get me to figure it out so I can upload. He didn't even use AI. I proceeded to nearly ace that exam. I then tweeted the response because I thought it was funny, and then it blew up on Twitter, and then Ludwig found it, and then he made a video. He even said,
"One other thing you should know about the Horizon, he does not upload a lot."
I know I'm losing your guys' attention, so here's Cat. Oh, and this mask here was actually hand-painted by this insanely talented YouTuber named Makers Media Plus. He gave me a really low rate for the commission because I had a VidCon vlog planned with this helmet, and he thought he'll just make most of the money back from the ad revenue of people who watched the vlog and clicked on his video to see how the mask was made. I actually filmed the vlog, but I never ended up uploading it. There were some crazy things that happened. But he never got the promotion he relied on. I'm saying this because I kind of scammed him, and I want you guys to watch that video. Well, that's all. Subscribe for my race reveal at 1 million subscribers. Yes, I said race, not face. Race reveal at 1 million subscribers. Go, 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 go. Subscribe right now. Bye-bye.
Here is the final kill count.